Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here with another Make It Monday! or Tuesday! How are you today, my friends? I hope you had a fantastic weekend. My weekend was cold and dreary and icky, but today is a new day and it is absolutely beautiful outside, aside from being a bit chilly. But you know, we can't get everything perfect all the time, so we can deal with the cooler weather as long as we stay indoors, and we can look out the window and see bright and sunny and shining beautiful day. So all right, well, today I'm doing my Make It Monday video that should have been done last night, but for those of you who were here for my quick little live last night, you know that my Isaiah 117 house meeting ran over a bit later than I expected, and so I had to put off the live video, but it's okay because we are here today and we are going to be creating this super cute, beautiful card. Actually, it's lots of bright, shining colors, just like outdoors, and ironically enough, there is no stamping involved on this card, which usually doesn't happen with me. In fact, I'm not sure how many times altogether I've made a card that had no stamping at all, so this is wonderful. All right, what you're going to need are some fun new products, which you will be able to order now. Celebration and the new spring catalogs are live. Yay! And so these products are out of these two brochures right here. The first product being this die set, you'll notice that it has multiple layers. The rainbow glimmer paper is one layer, and then the Bermuda Bay is another layer. And this is part of the Amazing Thanks dies. This is a really cute die set that is perfect for cards like this, actually, where you don't have to worry about stamping, or you can add in some stamping in addition to the dies. Hi, Miss Luann, how are ya? So, for example, on this card where it says thanks, I could have a stamp that says for everything and stamp it on a little strip of cardstock, like this, for example, and just have it down here overlapping or whatever. So you can see how this would be really fun. So what we've got here are thanks, amazing, you, and are. So we could say you are amazing, just using dies, multi-layered, right across the front of our card, or a beautiful scrapbook page. This would be a perfect way to embellish a scrapbook page with a nice title that would be really easy to do. So this die set is really neat, and so we're going to use that. And then we're also going to be using some designer series paper that's out of the Celebration brochure. Now this means that this paper is totally free. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, thanks, Luann. I appreciate it. I love this color, by the way. I found it this last time we went to the shop, and I think it matches my skin beautifully, so I love this one. You'll probably see it more often. Anyway, this paper is totally free with a $50 purchase. So it's called Sunshine and Rainbows. Obviously, it's 6x6 designer series paper. There are 48 sheets included in the pack. And I've actually been creating some fun projects for my upcoming Stampin' Escape with this paper. So I have some out here I can kind of show you. You can see some front and back sides. There is a die set in the Spring Mini Catalog, a Stampin' die set actually, a bundle called Rainbow of Happiness that coordinates with this paper, and it's absolutely fabulous. And we have a punch that coordinates with this paper, And you can see it's bright and cheerful, absolutely beautiful paper, lots and lots of incredible possibilities, and just a lot of fun. So we're going to use this polka dotted paper for today's project. So let me get the supplies out and tell you what you're going to need. Set this off to the side. And while I'm getting the supplies, I'll show you the Stampin' die bundle that coordinates with that paper. So this is a Stampin' die bundle, as I said, in the spring catalog, and it's not as expensive as some of the other bundles usually are. This one is under $50. It's $44.95, I think, or $44.50. Anyway, it's under $45. And so you'd need to add a little something, maybe a bolt of ribbon or a package of rhinestones or something to put you up to the $50 mark. But then you would get that pack of paper for free, which is awesome. All right, so here we go with our supplies. We're going to need a piece of Magenta Madness cardstock that measures 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5.5 inches. And we'll give it a nice little crease, and that's going to be our card front. We also have a piece of basic black cardstock that measures 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 of an inch, and that's going to be a really nice fit right there on the front of our card. I also have a piece of basic white cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4 inches, that was die cut using the Scalloped Contours dies. You guys have probably seen dozens of times that I've used this die set, and that's because I absolutely love the frames that are in that set. It's wonderful. And then this designer series paper is from the free pack, and it is 4 5/8 by 3 3/8 inches, and this is gonna fit beautifully right there inside the scallops. So we have that one. And then I have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 inch basic white cardstock for the inside panel of the card, because the card base is a brighter color. I'm going to use a white layer on the inside. And then I'm using a strip of that designer series paper for the inside of the card for 5 1/4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And this goes along with that no naked insides and no naked envelopes deal. Now, I followed true to the no stamping business on the inside of the card as well as on the envelope. So this is a really fun way to show you how you can get decorated insides and envelopes without doing any stamping. So you can see I have the designer series paper brought inside here, which dresses up the inside. And then on the envelope, I've used the designer series paper for the flap so that it gives us a nice decorative envelope as well. So when it's laid out, it looks absolutely beautiful. Excuse me. And the paper that we're going to be using for the envelope is actually going to be 6 inches by 2 1/4 inches, and that'll give you enough to cover the flap itself, okay? And then you've got all of these pieces, plus we're using the dies, excuse me, we're using the dies to create our focal image here. So I've got the rainbow glimmer paper that I used for the thanks. And then for this layer, I wanted it to be popped up off of the card so you can see that it's raised a bit. And the best way to do that is to take the piece of cardstock the size that you need and then cut our foam adhesive sheet to the same size and glue them together. So the foam adhesive sheet has got double adhesive. It's adhesive on both sides. So peel one side off, put your cardstock down, and then put the die on and run it through the machine all at once. That way, your cardstock piece matches your adhesive piece, okay? And then from here, all you have to do is just pop it out and it's ready to put on the card base. So how easy is that, right? Okay, and let me pop out these little middle sections right there. I may need my take your pick tool for this little small one here. There we go. Okay, and then this last piece here and in the top of the S. All right, I got that one out already. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we can start putting our card together, and the first thing that I want to do is take a little bit of liquid glue. So I have my multi-purpose liquid glue, or the green glue as some folks call it, and I'm just going to very easily squeeze out some glue and then line the back side of my my word here. Now, if you are heavy-handed, I don't recommend doing it this way. I recommend using a sponge and a silicone mat so that you can dab the glue on with the sponge, because if you're heavy-handed, you probably squeeze glue out a little bit much, and this really doesn't take very much. So I am barely squeezing the bottle to get it to come out just enough to line the middle of my word here. Okay, so I'm being very, very light-handed. And now when I'm putting this on, because the letters are so delicate, they may kind of pull out of shape just a little bit. So go nice and easy, and I'm going to start here. I'm going to set it down, make sure it's where I want it, give it a good little press, and then I'm just going to slowly work my way over. Once I get it where I like it, I'll give it a press, and I'm not going to rush it. I mean, I'm not taking forever, but I'm not going to rush it, and that liquid glue gives us just enough time to be able to manipulate it how we want it, and then there's our piece. Okay, so now that we have that, we're pretty much done with the card. I mean, it's so simple and easy. Okay, let me do this part here. I'm going to grab some adhesive, and I'm just applying little bits along the background. I'm not in a particular way about where this strip goes. Just near the bottom is good, and make sure that it's even. That's the big thing. All right, so there we go. We have that done. Now we can adhere this part to the inside of the card. I'm trying to kind of keep my hand over the white paper. Most of you who watch my videos know that sometimes my camera has fits with white paper, tries to constantly focus. We don't want it to do that. All right, so we have that. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach the basic black layer. Okay. I really like doing skinny borders sometimes because it makes a totally different look than when you make the standard 1/4 of an inch border. So this is actually an 1/8 of an inch border, which is fantastic. It makes it like a 1/16 of an inch all the way around, which is a really tight fit. But look at that. It's just enough. It makes a really nice, classy edge. Okay. And I think I got adhesive on that, so I'm just going to take my little eraser and there we go. Clean that up just a little bit. There. This little eraser is super handy. Stampin' Up! Used to carry it, but they don't anymore. However, you can find it, you know, on Amazon or whatever. I've actually found it occasionally at the Dollar Tree too, which is really neat. All right, now then, I'm gonna take my cute little Designer Series paper layer, and I'm using some of the white glittered organdy ribbon. And I'm going to tie this around the DSP layer before I attach it to the scallops. And the reason I'm doing that is because, you know, these scallops are really cute, but it makes it a little bit hard to tie ribbon around. So I'm just going to tie it here, and I'm tying it into a knot. So for those of you who aren't crazy about bows, this is going to be perfect for you because we're going to tie it into a knot. So you don't have to do a perfect bow. Now, I know that I've said this before, but for those who maybe haven't heard or don't know, when I'm tying a knot or a bow, I like to pull my paper just a little bit of a curve. So that way, when I make my knot and cinch the ribbon down, I can make sure that my ribbon is snug against the paper. Okay, so you see there, it's going to fit nice and snug, and it's not bowing the paper anymore, and it's not super loose from the paper. So it's a great way to get your ribbon to fit beautifully up against your paper. All right, and then I want it just to be right here towards the edge of the left-hand side of the paper. And then we'll add our adhesive. And I'm going to go right over the top of that ribbon so that it stays in place. And then we'll layer it right here. Look, hold on now, friend. There we go. Okay, beautiful. Just like that. All right, now I can trim up my ribbon edges. There we go. And then we're going to put this panel on dimensionals, okay? So I like the idea of giving some layers and depth, and dimensionals are a fabulous way to do that. So we'll put that there. And we want to make sure that we put enough dimensionals that our card isn't going to sag. We don't want a saggy card. There we go. And I could cut these in half and just use halves for each of the spots, but I'm too lazy to do that right now. There we go. And the wonderful thing about the sentiment piece there is that because we used that foam adhesive, it's already adhesive on the back side, so all we have to do is peel the backing off, and then we are done with it. All right, there we go. I've centered it on my card. It's absolutely beautiful. Make sure it's still right side up here. Take the backing off, and just like that, we have this fabulous foam sticker. Isn't that great? All right, and then there we go. I want to put it right about there. There we go. Very nice. All right, and then the last thing that we need to do is add some of our little rhinestones here. So these are also in the spring mini catalog. In fact, they're on, I believe it's page 19 with the Rainbow of Happiness bundle. I think that that's the page. We're going to use the big rhinestones here. So I'm going to put one here, one up here, and one here. All right, there we go. Super cute, right? All right, now let me show you how to do the envelope right quick. For this, you're going to need your multi-purpose liquid glue again, and you're going to very lightly, I mean, you don't need to saturate your paper, but you want to get close to the edges, and as close to the edge as you get, you want to be light-handed with your glue, because if you're heavy-handed around the edges especially, it's going to ooze out. Now, if you're a little heavier handed in the middle, that's okay, but around the edges, you want to be as light-handed as you can be. All right, now I'm going to take my 6-inch piece of designer series paper, and as you can see, I've already used part of this piece for the other envelope. I'm going to take the edge here and line it right up against that folded edge on the envelope. Okay. So right up there, I'm going to give it a quick little touch down, slide this up if I need to, just so that it covers all the way to the top of the envelope flap. And then I'm going to give it a good press and massage it on all the way, okay? So I'm rubbing all across it, making sure it's glued down nicely. And then I'm going to come to the back side and I'm just going to trim around it, and then that's it. It'll be done. So this is a really simple and easy way to make your envelopes match your cards, so you don't have to worry about doing a lot of stamping or anything if you don't want to. And this will really coordinate nicely because you're using the same designer series paper for the flap as you did for the card itself. So this is a beautifully matched card and envelope set. Alright, and it's just as easy as this. We're just fussy cutting around the edge of the flap here, and then that's it. And then we are done. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, and so that's it. There is a super, super cute card and envelope. Absolutely beautiful. I love this project. I love the fact that it didn't require any stamping. That's even more fun, right? I love that. Okay, so with that being said, for anyone watching the video and who would like to place an order of $50 or more and would like to get the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper, use this host code and I will send you this card kit for free. Now, I will give you the measurements for the paper so that you can take it out of your designer series pack and cut it for yourself. But I will cut and have prepared for you the thanks and everything else, all right? So this is just an extra little bonus, an extra thank you for my fabulous customers and those of you watching my videos. I really appreciate you and I appreciate your time and being here. And so you can head to my website, danasullivan.stampin.net, place your order, get the designer series paper pack, use this host code, get a free card kit as well as a thank you card from me for placing an order. All right, friends, thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate your time. Be sure to visit my blog later today, not only for this project, but there will be another project later on as well. And until next time, my friends, I hope you have a super, super fabulous day. Bye for now.